run into the demi. Make sure that you really put your heels down. You stretch the Achilles to establish that. It actually gives you more rotation if you clarify and really break down the segments clearly. Yes. In fourth. Oh, sorry. Turn parallel again. Side.
Oh, sorry.
This side. Yeah. And then turn out in fourth. You feel rotators. You ground pliés. Be careful here. You can wait. Away. Parallel. Yeah. Away. In fifth position. Ground pliés. Going to fourth. Again. Segments here. Get me. Run. And then straight. Yep. Yep. You feel the Achilles. And then parallel. This parallel is like really crosses over. Go, it's the back. It's that. And then you just go from here and go first. And let's get to the other side. Yes. Consistent on both sides. Yes. Pretty simple and repetitive. Really worry about the combinations. Won't be difficult at all. But what I'm looking for is the approach and the detail. Yeah. And when I say segments, you know, like show how each step is comprised. Like when you execute the step, for instance, like this ground plie, go to ground, back to demi and straight. Make sure that everything is placed nicely. And allow the repetition to be consistent. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go right away. And here we go. Excuse me. Here we go. 6 here and 7 here and then out. 1 back to demi. Squeeze and it's gonna burn. One more. Okay, Ron B here. Be careful that your tonic traditions are not they have to be more detailed, yes? Okay? Rotate from the top of the hip, listen to the feet. Good. And then introducing your show the cleanse the tendu. Rotate more. Okay, yeah. You have to be more specific, guys. You can't just be like, it can't be muddled, yeah? Good. One more. Away. Good. In fifth. So as you send down, try to pull your stomach up so that it doesn't kill your legs too much. I mean, I know it's burning, but it'll help. And parallel back. Other side. Good. And 1. Breathe, breathe, breathe. It's right about here that it gets really tough. Lengthen. Good. Keep it going, please. Good. And. Oh. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Nev. Hi, guys. So cute. And more. And parallel side. Good, Lincoln. Good, Victoria. Hang in there. Come on. Again, pull up your stomach so that your legs don't get killed. Good. Away, parallel. Tailor Remember, engage your center, engage your abs. Your abs. There you go. Much better. How are you doing, Paulo? It's like having hot peppers on your leg, right? It burns. Good. Okay. In first position with the arms down. So this focuses on trying to really sustain, what's that? Sustain the rotation of your working leg, and then strengthening the upper inner thighs and connecting this muscle here. I don't remember the anatomy, the anatomical names, but your inner thighs and then the backs of your legs. So you're gonna go. You're gonna go. You're gonna go one. You're gonna go 1, 2, deeper and reach the lengthening line. 6, 7, 8. No, don't close. 8. Go on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And plie, plie, close first. Close first. Plie first, side first, back, and spinning to the side. So 8 pulses. What you want to do is that what you're doing. So this knee here, this leg has to be equally rotated with the other leg. So you can't go and parallel it. You're going to make sure that whatever rotation you have for the side is equally matched with the standing side so that both are working. This is lengthening while this is getting that resistance. The plie of the working leg, it's more pliable, yes? You feel that sense of connection and that buoyancy in your plie. So it's not stark or rough. It's like you're just gently pressing down and lengthening, yes? I say gently, but you're gonna feel really feel that this, just the rotation, like whatever it is, the rotation is clear here. When you're rounded down, you keep the same amount of depth in the plie the entire time. And then the last one, lengthening even further, post first, you can feel the difference, yes? Here we go. Okay, this is work. 7 comes down, and plie 1. Lengthen, rotate, 4, 5, 6. Good, to the side, and 1. Good. Really check that you're equally rotated, please. There, best. Now 1, Carly. And front and first. Lengthen more. Other side and easier. Right. Good, Carly. Time just behind you, ladies. Good. Okay. Good. Did you feel that? Yes. Who felt that? Did you feel a lot? Yes? Paolo's gonna kill me, okay? Listen carefully. So one of the main tenets that define this classical idiom, okay, ballet, is repetition, right? You see many repetitions. One of the most difficult ones, like, the quiche pirouette variation in the first act. The other one is La Grande Pas Classique, the fondus, So to maintain the level, you have to also be consistent. So whatever you decide to establish in terms of how far you can go at this point in your journey, you do that. The challenge there is to keep it going for the entire duration of the exercise. I feel like there are times where, hold on, I just want to show you this, like that you're not necessarily understanding, like, okay, to be able to push yourself, you have to understand where your limits are. So I'm an old person, okay, and it hurts me to do this, so I'm going to do it right now. So if I know that okay, so if I just did a tongue degree, I would be here, here, yes. But I know, watch, that I can go from here, I can go, okay, it's gonna hurt, ready? I can go there. You see what I did? You see what I did? I went from my comfortable range, but if I really pushed it and trained hard, which there's no reason for me to because I'm retired, okay? No, okay. I can get away with it. I can go there. You see what I just did? So that's actually, if I was a student, that's what I should do. But I choose not to because I'm old and retired. Okay? So if you want that kind of range of motion and specificity, you have to also know where your limits are. I know I can't go any further than that. But I also understand that if I don't push it to that limit, it's going to be harder for me to improve. Because you're telling your body to operate at a lower standard than what you're actually capable of. And we always say to students all the time, aim to your highest possible capacity. If you can move your back even further, you can go deeper in your plie correctly, whatever the challenge is, you need to make sure that you practice that, because then even something as simple as tendu, if you practice that way of thinking and the way you train, then it becomes second nature and you know how to think about it. But I think most of you in here don't understand necessarily when to push when or how much you really have. So unfortunately, I have to do this again because I don't believe that you, it's not about working hard. I just don't think you're pushing. I'm not talking about the work ethic, I'm talking about your understanding of how to push the design of the technique and how to make that be as clear in your body as possible. Does that make sense? So again, sorry, you know, like if I knew I did that, I'd be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it again. You know, that would be the old younger, like way younger Francisco, yes? Here you go. 6, 7, and better, good action. Better, Sierra, use the top of your legs there, please. I know that it's probably hurting more, but you look lighter. Good. Behind you, please. Other side, here we go. Breathe, use your abdominals. Almost there, come on, rotate. So, like, in this conditioning class, the repetition for me is not just to torture you. The repetition for me is a way for you to find where the details are. Like, you need to know that, like, when you go to the back, when do you feel like you're about to give up?
Yeah, when I go to the back, because I feel my leg swinging out.
Yeah, so she's having problems keeping it in the correct place, which I think the reason why you're veering off a little bit to the side, because it burns, right? You're going to killing you, and then also pressure in that bit. And time you should never tip your pelvis unless it's above dégagé. So I think that part of the reason why she kind of, but you know what though, the main fact she knows that, she understands it. And then right now, believe it or not, so she was dying, right? She was working hard. When she did it again the second time, it was better. That's the mark of a true artist, you know, when even in times where you feel just dead. And I'm sure that Paulo knows this because he tours all over the world, and you know, sometimes you're performing at 3 in the morning. Am I right about this? Like, you know, you're in Brazil somewhere and it's the opposite time, and everybody else in the United States is you know, in bed, and you are like dancing your butt off in front of an international crowd. You have to, that's when your real training and your technique comes in handy, because at that point you're so physically exhausted that the muscle memory that you built for yourself is what pulls you through. So if you have bad muscle memory because you're training incorrectly, that's when you get injured, etc., and so forth. So in times like this here, where it's very repetitive, it's not about being boring. It's about just making sure you're pushing through, okay? And making sure you're doing things correct. We talked about this in PDI, that even when you're fatigued, you train your body not to get sloppy when you're tired. You train your body to be even more detailed, okay? Yes? Okay, so, plie, susu. Plie, on the second. Plie, so fast. Ta, 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 ta. It's good. Ta, 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 up, side. Ta, 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 up, and ta, 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 up, and side, side, and one. And up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Snoo, pull snoo. And plie. And then I'll give you a little bit of abdominals here. Plie and susu. And go, and ta, 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 and turning out the legs, establish the crossing of the su. Same quality, don't lose the precision, and okay. So you have to make sure that whatever turnout that you gained for yourself or understood in that previous exercise, use it here. Okay, don't change. Make sure that you go forward, not retract back. Yes, imagining that fourth set of and the leg has to go higher in classic. If you don't maintain the consistency of the shape of the fondue, oh, you are so dead. Your feet will buckle, or you turn. It looks parallel. It's a very hard variation to accomplish. It's also at some point. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, if you are going to a ballet conservatory, at some point you're gonna have to learn this. You're gonna know what I mean. Okay, ready? Okay, so the speed is a little bit faster. Okay, so I'm looking for the same amount of rotation. Make sure you're crossing. Can you show this? I mean, frontal, please. Yeah. Make sure you're doing it 2020. Yes. Yeah. Not front leg turned out, back leg parallel. Okay. And I call that 7 position. You know, like when you go here and then the back is. You know, like 7 position. Okay. Here we go. There's no such thing. Here we go. Great. Up, down. Lengthen, okay. Lengthen. Side. Ta, ta, ta. And sitting new. Plie and up. Go. 1. Rotate more, Makaya. We're gonna do the same side again. On the oar. Yay. One last time. Up. How much higher can you put on that releve? Oh, it's brain. And on 1. Hang in there. Please take your legs out. That I know, I understand, but the last half of the repeat is the hardest, right? Yeah. You feel like you want to just like, can I like stop doing this? This is like idiotic and it's so painful. But there's something about the body that can be pushed to its limit. And once you know that even if you're tired and you see yourself keeping the design of the step consistent and precise, you're like, okay. There's something really sadistically satisfying about that. It's like getting a really hard piece of your leg, right? You're like, yes, I didn't go the wrong direction. Like, yes, there's something about that for us dancers is kind of like an aha or like a winnable moment. So this is one of those moments, okay? Don't allow yourself to lengthen less. In fact, so you know how you do the 2? Right, you do the 2. This is kind of mine. I'm gonna do it separate. Yeah, so that's pretty good, right? But in the singles, you should be going like another inch. Yeah, and then when you go and really fit, like you should probably even more that you are taller. So there's a little bit of a build to the shape and the volume of the step. So don't be settled and kind of go, okay, some of you are doing this. Like kind of what? You need to be exaggerated. Yeah. It's like an incorrect balancing kind of thing. Yeah. I'm being funny, but I'm not. Watch this. So watch, you know, like how you that. Yeah, that is although that is cute, and it has a very Mr. B kind of thing to it. That is not correct. I just want to point that's not correct. Because what if you had to pirouette after that? If your pelvis is back and it's fast, there's no time to put your pelvis back in place. You have to keep it there, yes? Okay. Campbell, how are you doing? Are you okay? You sure? You awake? I know that it was a hard weekend, okay? I appreciate you waking up at 4:30 in the morning to join us every single day, but I mean, the exchange there is that you have a patio that literally the ocean is washing up against it. Like, how lucky are you? Okay, other side, here you go. Hang in there. Hang in there, hang in there. Front of your core and the back. Use your obliques. Come on. Almost there. Okay. All right. So it's very simple, but detailed in the approach. And you can either decide to push the leg up really high extension, but if you're going to push the leg up higher, make sure that you're not turning it at all. So give me your first rotation, but or define the height of this particular exercise by making the rotation the priority and not a secondary thought. So this is on Ballet. It's not on Ballet, it's just a single one. You're going to take, so from two position, yes, very clear fit. You're going to take the arm and go 1, 2, here 1, 2, and then from there, the arm down 3, 4. The arms and the legs are having the same time. 3, 4, passe, 1, 2, 5, 6, and then flat. You can show it. So, yeah. Well, as high as you can without turning in. So that means that you may have to like lessen, how high you put it, because right now I want you to make the rotation be the priority. I want the heel completely forward. This standing leg should be also just as rotated. Your leg should be so dead right now that you can't really grip. Okay, your thighs are going to end up taking over. So what I want you to do is to be fully aware of how your bones and muscles are formulating what the transitions and shape are. Now again, I talk about segments. Be very clear that for every moment here that you're showing me the time view. Look, first segment, time view. You lift it up to the 90 degrees. Then add a 2, and the knee has to go. It can't go like this and go. It has to maintain rotation, and from there the knee. This one. Here we go. This is VA 1, 2. Add to the arms 3, 4, 5, 6, and squeeze your thighs 7. The back, lengthen, elevate. 1. You're going through tendu. Attitude 4. Good. But I think you can like rotate more. That's it looks like so that looked pretty good, right? But see, for me, it's unacceptable because I know she can do better than that. Like those are the things that make me annoying as a teacher. Like I hag you like and bug you like an old lady, but you need it. Yeah? And then from there, okay, there you go. Thank you. And you go 1, 2. Side, so arms fifth. 1, 2. Arms 3, 4. Arms in first. Undo derriere. And how to ready? This is gonna go 1 and 2. 1 and fun 2. And go 3. So this is fun here. So exactly plie, stretch plie, yeah. It's gonna feel weird. And plie, plie, and side. Okay. You're doing that.
Back?
Same time.
Okay.
And go back, side fondue, fifth, side, that da, right, and sitting. Outside, yes. So basically what you're doing is you're breaking it down slowly, showing us a beautifully rotated and constructed, envelope, and then you do the exact same thing, just instead of doing, 8 counts, you're doing it in 2 counts. But it should look exactly the same. Yeah, just because it's fast doesn't mean. I use the word sloppy because you're choosing to not focus on the same prodigious approach. And just because it's fast, you can like, oh, I'm gonna kind of hold back and stuff. No, if you have to do, I don't know, did you ever do theme variations? Did you guys do that? Did you guys see Copper and Paolo? Theme variations by Balanchine? No. Okay, so like if you ever get to dance at ballet, I never got to do it. I was understudy, but let me tell you, I was like, how are they moving that? Like I don't get it. Like and Mr. D would be like, I don't care. You have to make it work. Still look turned out, etc. Okay. So no excuses. Repeat the same movement capacity even when it's fast. Yes. I think I was being nice. There's no releve here. I could have been a releve. It's flat, and then I'm not even reversing it. We're going through the other side of the way. Okay. Here we go. So let me see if I can find music that is really slow and torturous. Define every segment. There is a tendu there. Articulation of the legs and feet. There's an attitude there. The knees should be even more rotated in that kudo position. And then when you hit that fifth, it should feel so incredibly like tight, rotated, supported, yeah? Connected with your thighs. Here you go. Okay, something maybe slow. I mean, this is gonna be, it's pretty. Here you go. 6. Okay, nice and arms function and shoulder articulation. 1, 2. Attitude, get there by 4. 1, 2. Get there by 6. And together straighten the legs. Rest. Okay, shoulder lines. 2. Good power. And 1, 2. Good. Gorgeous. And 1. Good. 3, 4, 5. Great. Nice. Yes. And we go. Yes. 1. Passe pandu close. And 1. Passe straight. Good. And 1. And 1 break. Other side. Here we go. Hang in there. Come on. 5 minutes, please. Good, Lola. Any side. Good. Keep going, Wolfie. Come on. Oh, nice, Lola. Woohoo! Getting better. One, and 2, 3, and 4. I know, it hurts, I know, I get it. And, okay. So, when when Lola started working, I think she started working with this consistently in March, even in the beginning. Like, I noticed that, she had pretty good legs. She has very good training. So, this is an example of a person who takes the corrections and the notes and the advice. She doesn't take it lightly. She tries to apply, utilize, and be consistent with the application of the concepts into her body. Watch the her envelope. Can you do the envelope slowly in Ascon, please, Lola? Because this leg's actually more turned out and higher than I've seen it. Hold on just 1 second. Can you, okay, here we go. And 1, 2, slowly. 1, 2, 3. I mean, she's not twerking in that supporting leg. She's completely open, yes? Go. Found the side and para break. Good. So yeah, you lost a little bit of rotation when you did the fondue. You feel that? Do it again from the passe piece. So when you go there, you have to keep the knee to the side to hip down. Like these are the things that matter, okay? That make you become the best possible technician you can be. If you don't go for those details and you don't allow the consistency to help define the detail, then you're confusing, again, that muscle memory issue. Like, this is why when you're tired, that's when you have to work harder. Because then, like, at the end of the last piece, that's 25 minutes long in a concert, and you are the lead, and you know it's the last piece. And it's at that Joyce Theater where, you know, that matinee evening, Friday, Saturday performance is not cute. Paolo, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you have no rest, there's no time to recover. It's like back to back to back. You're doing all these shows, and you're in every piece, and every piece is 20 to 25 minutes long, and you're the lead. Yeah, that is not an easy thing. Whenever we did the Joyce season, I used to pray that I could do it, you know. And then the crossover in the back is stairs down and then up. Like, who does a crossover with a stairwell going down and you have to go back upstairs? It's like the most ridiculous thing. And they haven't changed it. It's still the same. It's been like, it's like it's been almost 20 years. They never changed it. It's like, what, you know? Okay, so in this single counts, you guys, a lot of you, we're not doing what you did